Jesus is coming soon. These are the end times. We hear this so many times. The big question is, are we? I ask you to take the time before you judge to watch it all the way through and give me your verdict at the end.
Jesus is coming
back soon. We don't know when. It could be today. It could be
Jesus Christ is coming soon.
This is a word from God.
Jesus were to come back.
What are we going to be doing in heaven?
Pray with me tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Pray with me really quick for God to touch you. I believe before this whole
What I wanted to do was to give you two proofs on the reason why I believe that we are living in the times that Jesus spoke about. Some of the information, some of the things you'll see, you may find slightly offensive, but it's the time that we're living in. You know, Jesus described what it was going to be like before he actually returns, and we see throughout the New Testament certain things that were going to happen before the return of Christ. Number one, we read in Timothy where it talks about doctrines of demons being taught, and today we are seeing so much of this. For example, we have so much of this going around.
God is non-binary, and thank goodness. You know, if man's created in God's image and woman is created in God's image, then God must be trans.
So I think it's hilarious when someone messages me and says, you have to accept Jesus' love or you will burn in hell, because I love Jesus. I love any man who can get nailed for 3 days straight and come back for more.
It's so sad and so upsetting to see things like this. More so even, there's a lot of people, a lot of Christians who would side with people like this. They would side with how they're deciding or choose to live, and even full out mocking God and mocking Christ. But this is the extent of how bad things are going to get just before Christ returns, and we know that I believe in my heart that it's very, very, very close. Before I get into the next one, there's other things that I'm not going to share today. I'm going to share in the next video, so make sure you subscribe in order that you don't miss the coming videos on the 3 major signs that have happened that's going to lead to Christ's return. In terms of number 2, and one of the big ones, Jesus himself spoke to his disciples and said that this would happen just before he returned, and we read that the preaching of the gospel and the kingdom would reach all over the earth, and we are living in a time period where this is actually happening. As you can see there with your own eyes, we truly are getting close to the return of Christ. The main thing I would say on all of these types of things that are going on, God is ultimately in control of it all. We need to be on our knees praying for people that they find Christ, that they come to the knowledge of who Christ is, that he died for them in order for them to be saved. He lived, he died, and he raised up from the grave, and his blood cleanses their sins if they choose to acknowledge that he did that for them and accept him as his Lord and Saviour. But remember guys, till next time, God's always in control, and keep the faith.